you know, you can't treat an old president, she's gotta have notes. I apologize, I forgot to introduce my successor, Katie Konechny, who's here, and I wanna make sure that you all know who she is. Welcome, Katie. Good. Yeah, you don't wanna spill those.
Well, thank you very much. See, Andy, I got the whole platter over here.
So,
Show Mike out here. This is mine, Andy.
We don't have any seconds.
I know you don't have seconds now. All right.
as I mentioned, that we're turning the program over to the girls who are very excited to share what they have to share. And they're going to introduce themselves. So all I need to do is nod to Joan and say, "You're up, Joan."
Hello everyone, my name is Joan Ehrlich. I am a senior here at DSHA, and I am also the stage manager of our fall musical that is opening on Friday. Gotta give a little shout out, you should come to it. And I've been in stage crew all 4 years that I've been here, and I started as a freshman. And when I say I'm a stage manager, that means that I'm backstage. I sit up in the booth and I call every single light cue, every single scene change, every sound effect, and every spotlight that you would see. So my job is to make everything go flawlessly. As you might guess, this requires quite some leadership skills and some organizing and problem solving skills, which is something that I really learned being in DSHA theater. And I think it's had a huge effect on who I am today. And so I'd really like to thank everyone who made this possible for me to go here, because I couldn't do it without financial aid and your support. I brought a little prop. These are my crew pants. I've had these since I was a freshman. I've done 13 shows now, so this is the 13th show they've done. Yeah, this purple and this blue, those are from Little Mermaid. You'll also see, when you go into the theater for mass, you'll see some like blue on the stage. That was us. That's for our show. Yeah. And people have told me to get rid of these pants because they're just really old. They've been with me through thick and thin, literally thin. There's like holes in the butt. So everything that I've learned in stage crew, I've probably learned in these pants. So if you could peel back all of these layers of paint, you'd see when I was a little freshman, I had no idea how to work power tools. I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't lead a project on how to build a ginormous wall, a huge set. But now that's something I can do. And so little girls come in, like the freshmen come in, and we have to teach them, number one, how to use power tools, number two, how to work together as a team and build a huge set so that we can pull it all together by the time it gets to opening night. It never seems like we can, but we do it every time because we work together and we use that leadership and those problem-solving skills that we learn in stage crew. And we do that because we have so many opportunities I've lighting designed, now I'm stage managing for my 3rd time. And these leadership skills and problem-solving skills are things that I can carry with me even as I go into college. As I just applied to my colleges last night, so I'm really excited about that. But as I go into college and I go into the job world, I can use those leadership skills. I'm hoping to go into something medical, which is usually like a male-dominated area. So as a female in that field, I really need to show my problem-solving skills and my leadership. So I really think that my experience on stage crew has taught me those, and DSHA Theater has made me who I am today, and I couldn't do that without attending DSHA, which is thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Irisama Ramirez, Iris for short.
And my name is Tatiana Lynn. I'm a senior here at DSHA.
As an avid lover of the arts, music, and also a jazz student at the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, I was able to come to DSHA on financial aid with the Wilson Scholarship, as well as a whole other bunch of support that I get from donors. As a freshman, I started in biology, and I absolutely adored it. I loved learning about living organisms, just the way of life. As a sophomore, I continued on to come to chemistry, just furthering that love for science and getting to know life on a molecular level. At the moment, me and Tatiana are part of a program called ISRP. So I will start with that. How many of you guys can see my hand through this water? A lot of you? How many of you guys, if I wasn't making you feel uneasy about what's actually in this water, would think this is drinking water?
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually water from the Kinnickinnic River. ISRP is a program that stands for Independent Science Research Program, and is a program in which students like me and Tatiana can link up with mentors and centers, science centers, and in order to work together in forming a scientific research project that will aid us in just learning new things and meeting new people and gaining connections. For my project, I am measuring fecal coliform on the Kinnickinnic River in partnership with the Urban Ecology Center, Milwaukee Riverkeeper, and 16th Street Clinic. I have grown up all my life near the Kinnickinnic River, and it is not a very nice river. Many of its barriers are concrete, so that means that street runoff runs straight into the river, so that it inevitably leads to a lot of pollution, high counts of bacteria like in this water, and just not anything suitable for recreational life. I, as a child, would always find myself playing by the river, and even the other day I saw another girl barefoot splashing through the water, and it's no condition for children to be playing by, and I hope that this research will gain the insight for me to come back to what I came from and give back to my community. And I would not be able to do this if it wasn't for the financial aid that I am given right now. In the future, I hope to major in environmental science and maybe a minor in music, and just give back to the community that shaped me into the person that I am today.
My name is Tatiana Lynn. I'm a senior here, as I said, and similar to Iris, I also did an ISRP project this year and as well as last year. Last year, I tested the use of sand, soil, and gravel to remove nitrate and phosphate from agricultural runoff. So coming into DS, I didn't really know anything about research. I had never even been to a science fair, but my teachers really helped me, and specifically my teacher, Mrs. Lair, really helped me to kind of come up with an idea, but also let me do it by myself because the class is very independent. So the first science fair I competed in was the Waukesha County Science and Engineering Fair. I won Best in Fair, and I also won a Naval Science Award from Arlington, Virginia, and I actually have the medals over here. So this one is from the Navy. And then at my second science fair, which is Badger State, so there was a lot more competition, I placed second in the environmental category. I won the MacGyver Science Award from STE Engineering and American Science and Surplus, and I also won the Stockholm Junior Water Prize. So all of this I wouldn't be able to do this without all of your help. I was provided with test kits for nitrate and phosphate. Those were just given to me, and I also had a LabQuest, which I used for the pH sensor and my turbidity sensor as well. Next year, I plan to attend Union College in upstate New York. I hope to be pre-med and major in biochemistry with a minor in French and Francophone studies. And something that I think is really interesting is that at Union, about 80% of the students do research. So just by me doing research my junior and my senior year, I feel really gives me a leg up to get into the university, and also for teachers to be open to me coming into the lab knowing that I have a background in research. And so again, that wouldn't be possible without all of your support. And then my motivation to participate in research was really stemmed by this school, and I feel if I wouldn't have attended DSHA, I wouldn't be able to say that I am motivated by research and that I love research so much. So not only do we both love research a lot, we have a great appreciation for music. We're both in the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra, and so we are going to play a little piece for you now.
Don't kick over all that beautiful water there.
It's hard to top that. They were so good. Good morning. My name is Amy Melendez, and I'm now a senior here at DSHA as well. I just want to begin by saying thank you for being here. This is a great opportunity for us to share a little bit about ourselves, and I just want to tell you a little bit about my experience at DSHA. So I'm the youngest of 4 siblings. I grew up on the south side of Milwaukee with 2 very loving parents that really gave up a lot for me to be here, and as well, you guys, I know you guys did so much, and I'm so grateful. I come from Notre Dame Middle School, which also is a school that is heavily funded by donors, and just the opportunities that I've been given, I just want to say I wouldn't be here without you guys, and I'm very thankful for everything I've been able to do because of you. But when I came to DSHA, I didn't really feel that I had something that I was particularly good at. I didn't really excel in a certain activity or sport or instrument, but I really wanted to take high school as an experience where I got to learn about myself and kind of develop my identity here. And so I joined a lot of clubs when I was a freshman. I kind of dove right in. I did rugby, soccer for some sports, and then I did Theater 1, which I didn't really think I liked theater, but I actually really enjoyed it. We had a really good teacher at the time. But in addition, I joined Furia Latina, And that is a club that I definitely identified myself with from the instant that I met the girls there. I mean, it's a club that just has a mission to empower women and spread our culture, and I love being Hispanic. I just want to say that, but it's a way for me to kind of put all my culture together and all my spirits and share that with DSHA, because we value culture so much. We learn about it, we see it everywhere outside in the environment, and I've been able to couple of my desire for my church and for helping the community and put out my culture in a way that I get to help plan the annual Our Lady of Guadalupe Mass, which is a really big mass this year, and we've gotten to a point where now it's an entire school mass, which is amazing, and it's something that it's been an optional mass, but it's really good that our entire school gets to see what we do every year and kind of see this part of what their sisters and their classmates that isn't really shown in the class as much, but it's a beautiful event that's filled with paper flowers and colors, and it's different, and there's Spanish in there, and we have Aztec dancers. It's just something that, it's an event that I love here at DSHA, and I'm so glad that I get to do it every year. But aside from that, we do service, and we help each other out, and it's a way for us to support each other. And sometimes I came from a school that was really small. It was all girls as well, but it was all Hispanics, and coming here, I just needed kind of an environment where I got to kind of understand my classmates, and we all kind of shared similar emotions coming into DSHA, which is completely different than my middle school, but I'm so comfortable now because of it, and I really get to share my passions and talents with everyone because of it, and I have so much confidence now. But aside from that, when I was a junior, I actually signed up for Cabin Crew, which is the background group that does all the group work and preparations for freshman retreat. And so as a freshman, I partook in freshman retreat, and it was such a great experience. And so when I was a junior, I did Cabin Crew, and I got to work behind the scenes and kind of see how everything was coming together, how the whole performance was made. But because of it, this year we just had our freshman retreat, and I was a coordinator on it. It was such an amazing experience. It was my first really chance to show my leadership and see that I love to be a leader. I love to help others see and help others grow as well. The freshmen were so excited, and it's an experience that makes me happy. It makes me appreciative of all the hard work that they did when I was a freshman. And so I definitely want to go into my community in my future and help other girls as well, and other boys and girls, but in college really share my true passion for leadership and helping others, and in addition spreading my culture as well. But in the future I do plan to be a nurse. I recently got accepted into the nursing program at Marquette University, which I'm super happy about, but I really want to use that. I'm still applying to other colleges, but I really want to couple my identity that I kind of build up through Furia Latina and through campus ministry, and I want to help the community in a way where I get to translate for underprivileged families. I want to work in the south side of Milwaukee and work in a hospital where I get to help families kind of persevere through difficult times as a nurse, which can be difficult, but I want to help my community grow, and I want to also be there for my fellow Hispanics as well. And I also want to study abroad in South America and be able to help people who just don't have as much as, I've been given. I have so many privileges here living in the United States, but it's a really big dream of mine, and I'm so glad and I'm so grateful for DSHA and everything I've been given to be able to do that. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Sophia Halloran. I'm also a senior here at DSHA, and coming into DSHA as a freshman, I was so excited to join absolutely everything, and sometimes I find myself still struggling to choose just a couple of things to fill my time. But two things that have been a constant opportunity and involvement for me at DSHA have been theater here and our social studies courses in the academic aspect. My incoming into freshman year, I auditioned for and was in the immigrant ensemble of Ragtime. And that was like the greatest thing ever, coming from a grade school where we kind of had summer productions, but mostly we all just arrived on stage and sang a little. So once I came here, I was really introduced to theater and its concept and the interactions with people and these characters that you study. Ragtime is a show that takes place in America in 1906 and kind of studies the historical period through the lens of race, gender, immigration, and the socioeconomic stratification of those aforementioned groups. That was a lot for 14-year-old me. It still is a lot for anyone really watching the show. I look back and there's so much more that I didn't see initially, but I was really introduced to these concepts through activities that the production team had planned for us to truly understand the characters and what they're going through in that tumultuous time. And then, so there were those formal conversations that were kind of administered through the production team, and then students who were older than me also initiated and engaged in conversation with people of their own age, older than them, community members, and even people younger than them, like little freshman me, about the modern relevance of these conversations. Then later that year, I auditioned for and was in Korchak's Children, and I got to play, I think, a 12-year-old boy, which was incredible. It was about a Jewish orphanage in World War II in a ghetto in Poland. And so my character, all that he really knew was that he wasn't allowed to play outside anymore for some strange reason, except I was able to kind of see the process that the older actresses went through in really discerning their characters' motivations and their complex understanding of what was going on in the world and how to really protect the children while not keeping them entirely ignorant of the current situation. So those two shows really kind of awoke my social consciousness and awareness in history and its modern relevance, and that paired with the academic opportunities I've had here to study cultures and civilizations freshman year, AP Government sophomore year, AP US History junior year, and then this year AP Human Geography, have really empowered me and enlightened me into different social and historical aspects. And both of those have also lent themselves incredibly to engaging in dialogue and conversation with friends and other community members about relevant issues or historical issues. And I'm so incredibly grateful for those two opportunities. Theater not only has helped me engage in dialogue with other people, but it has also been a really great creative outlet for me. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to continue theater in college, but I will most definitely continue to watch theater. And then I'm planning on studying political science and economics, but I'm not quite sure yet. So conversation and dialogue will definitely help me in any career field that I go into, especially those. So once again, for the creative outlet, this year we're doing Disney's Little Mermaid. So a little less depth there, but just as much. I am Ursula. We open this Friday, so another little plug for the show. I encourage you all to come, but I suppose I should practice a little before we open. So if you would be willing, I'm going to sing a little bit from the show. I'm Ursula, the spurned villain in this, so she sings Poor Unfortunate Souls. I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light, and made a switch. True, yes. Poor unfortunate souls, in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Now it's happened once or twice, someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake 'em across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole I've been a saint to those poor unfortunate souls.
Well, speaking of multiple tough acts to follow, I want another round of applause for those amazing. We have a few minutes.
Oh my, I know, we're
Yeah.
incredibly.
So, I wonder if one or another of you has a question that you want to ask any one or all of the girls? We find ourselves with a few extra minutes.
It was a minor I had not heard of, and I can't even repeat it. One of you mentioned what you wanted to major in.
Francophone. Was that one?
That was the
That
one.
was the one.
A+
Tati.
for Ellen Bartel.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little curious. I think I know what francophone means, but I'm here to let.
Francophone minor.
That was, I think, Tati.
Yeah, Tati, what is that?
It's like
French record player.
It's like countries that speak French. So like a lot of countries in Africa are
Yes.
francophone countries. So like
Yes.
studying like their culture, and so like not only like the language of French, but like
Right.
you know like more about like their culture.
Wonderful.
Good. I think many of us learned something. Answer question.
Thank you, Mel.
Yeah.
Next time we heard it up, cocktail
Yeah.
party.
Yes.
Yes, those countries that speak French.
Anybody else have a question? I applaud your poise, ladies, that you could stand up and speak without a note, play, sing. I think we're all in awe of that. That is what that's who we want you to become, and you've indeed become. And the folks that are in this room and others who couldn't be with us today have made that happen for you and for your classmates, because we are who we are because every girl who's here sticks her oar in the water, so to speak, and makes this community the vibrant learning place that it is, as do our faculty and staff. Without them, we might be a little bit adrift, right? So, yes, Mr. Bartel has a question.
Is there a freshman, there's a freshman girl in this room? Couple. Could you stand up and just tell us, what you think is the best part of this? Because I thought about doing this forever. Ellen and I thought you could pick out any DSHA girl, freshman through senior. You could listen to their story and it would be remarkably the same. They're a little older, but they all can do it. So introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Leticia Faye. I'm a freshman. I'd say my favorite part about DSHA is just the community. Like, everyone is so welcoming. It's vibrant, they're accepting, and like, no matter what, you always see a familiar face down the hallway, and you can say hi, and they'll actually wave back. And just there's like a large range of like activities that are fit for everyone, and I just like really feel at home here, and I just, yeah, that's my favorite part.
Thanks,
Hi, my name is Emily Dutcher, and I say that DSHA just has an awesome community, like Leticia said, and everyone's so friendly and welcoming, and you don't feel out of place. You're always welcome. It's just a great community.
What's your hardest class?
Probably English.
That's a time-honored answer at DSHA. English is the hardest part.
It'll be the same 4 years from now.
Thanks.
My name is Illyria Jones, and my favorite part about DSHA, sort of like what Emily and Leticia said about the community, and I don't know, it's a very home-like kind of place. It's a very friendly atmosphere.
Okay, I'm Fiona McDonald. I would like agree with all these lovely ladies said. I like the diversity. I came here thinking that I would be isolated to only the black girls or Latina girls, but no, I have white friends. I have Irish friends. I have all because like they'll say, oh, I'm not white. I'm Irish, or I'm not white. I'm European. So like I have amazing friends of friends, and they're so welcome.
Well, I think we all need some Irish friends. It says, yes, Katie Konechny, no, actually, yeah, there's some Irish in there. Thank you, ladies, for taking Mr. Bartel's spontaneous challenge. You rose to it beautifully. It's wonderful. Thanks. Well, again, we could not create the experience we create without the friends that we have. And so for those of you who have been friends for years, and most of you have been, our profound gratitude for the girls have expressed it. There are many girls in this room who feel it, who are not in this room, who feel it as well. So we truly appreciate it. And it's now special that I think we can, those who are able to stay and join us for Mass, that we can all go and pray together following this grand celebration. So girls, you could head down to the theater. You'll be a little bit early, but wouldn't that be novel? You could go be early for Mass, and then we'll make our way with the guests after that.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.